Hey friends! Quick question. How many of you dream of retiring early? Maybe in your 50s or even your 40s? Whether you're in Australia, Singapore, the UK, Canada, or the US, I bet a lot of you are nodding right now. But here's the real question. Are you actually prepared for it? A recent survey from Etika Insurance shows that most Gen Zs, aged 18 to 28, and millennials aged 29 to 43 want to retire before 60. But let's be honest, the road can feel a bit overwhelming, right? Well, today, we're breaking down the biggest challenges holding you back, and, more importantly, how to overcome them. So stay with me until the end, because I've got practical solutions you don't want to miss. And before we dive in, if you find this content helpful, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to support the channel. It really helps the YouTube algorithm get this video out to more people like you who are ready to take control of their financial future. Let's get started. So, let me ask you, how many of you feel like you've got your retirement plan fully locked in? Or are you, like many of us, still figuring things out? According to the Etika survey, nearly 75% of millennials and Gen Zs are dreaming of early retirement. But a lot of us are facing roadblocks. Today, I'll break down the 4 most emotionally triggering findings from the report and show you how you can turn things around using real-life examples from people in Singapore, Canada, the UK, Australia, and the US. And we'll weave in 2 powerful investment strategies: dividend stocks and rental income. Trust me, you'll want to hear this. These strategies can work together to not only boost your savings, but also provide a steady stream of cash flow. Ready to dive in? Let's go! Point 1. Regret for not saving early. Let's start with a big one. How many of you have ever thought, I wish I had started saving earlier? Turns out, more than a third of Gen Xers aged 44 to 59 and seniors aged 60 and above regret not saving more aggressively in their younger years. That regret can really hit hard when you realize time has slipped by, right? Now, how many of you feel like you're behind on your savings? If so, don't panic. Let me introduce you to Rachel, age 35 from Canada. She started focusing on her career in her 20s and only began thinking about retirement in her 30s. Feeling the pressure to catch up, she now maxes out her contributions to her Registered Retirement Savings Plan, or RRSP, and Tax-Free Savings Account, or TFSA. Then there's Adam, age 40, from Singapore, who didn't start saving early either. After realizing that his Central Provident Fund, or CPF, savings alone wouldn't be enough, he started investing in dividend stocks from blue-chip companies in Singapore. These stocks pay out reliable dividends, which can be reinvested to grow his portfolio, giving him a second source of retirement income. Are you ready to take action now, before regret sets in later? Whether it's topping up your RRSP, CPF, or even starting a dividend stock portfolio, every step counts. Drop a comment and let me know what your next move will be. Point 2. Overwhelming financial complexity. Do any of you feel overwhelmed by all the financial jargon out there? The Etika survey revealed that 26% of people don't even know where to start with retirement planning. It's easy to feel lost when there are so many options and terms being thrown around. Let's talk about Lucy from the UK. At 28, she had no idea how pensions worked, let alone how to invest. Sound familiar? Lucy took it one step at a time. She started by contributing to her workplace pension scheme, but then she added real estate rental to the mix. She invested in a small buy-to-let property in Manchester using her savings and a mortgage. Now, the rental income from her tenants not only helps cover her mortgage payments, but also gives her a steady source of cash flow. Over time, as property values appreciate and she gains more knowledge about real estate, Lucy's setting herself up for long-term financial growth while learning about wealth-building strategies. In the US, Jake, age 30, was similarly overwhelmed, especially when it comes to the stock market. He didn't know where to start, so he began with low-risk exchange-traded funds ETFs that focus on dividend-paying companies. His contributions to his 401k are also now partially directed toward dividend stocks like Coca-Cola and Johnson & Johnson, giving him income stability for the future. If all of this seems too complex, start small. Set reminders to ensure that you contribute to your pension, CPF, or 401k. But don't forget to explore dividend stocks for passive income. What's one small action you can take today to move forward? Share your thoughts in the comments. Point 3. Rising living costs and job stability concerns. This one's a biggie. How many of you are worried about how the rising cost of living might impact your future savings? Whether it's rent, groceries, or energy bills, it feels like everything's getting more expensive, right? And with the job market in flux, many millennials and Gen Zs are wondering how to keep up. Take Ethan from Australia. He's 31, living in Sydney, and feeling the pinch from high rent and living costs. To counteract this, Ethan started a side hustle as a graphic designer. But he didn't stop there. He's been investing a portion of his side income into a small rental property on the outskirts of Sydney. By renting it out, he now has an additional source of income that helps cover his own rent while building long-term wealth. The rental income gives him an extra layer of financial security as he continues to navigate life in a high-cost city. Or consider Jessica, age 32, from Singapore, who works in a volatile tech industry. Job stability is always on her mind, so she built up an emergency fund and diversified her income by investing in real estate investment trusts (REITs). These REITs, like Capitaland Integrated Commercial Trust (CICT), pay out dividends, providing her with passive income even if her job situation changes. Feeling the pressure of rising costs? You're not alone. Consider building an emergency fund and diversifying your income through dividend stocks or REITs. What's one way you could create a second income stream? Let me know in the comments. Point 4. Underestimating retirement funds. Here's something that might surprise you. How much do you think you'll need in retirement each month? Many millennials and Gen Zs in the Etika survey said they'd need less than $6,000 a month. But when you factor in inflation, healthcare, and other rising costs, that may not cut it. Take Maya, age 33, in the U.S. She was contributing to her Roth Individual Retirement Account (IRA), thinking it would be enough for retirement. But after doing the math, she realized inflation could eat away at her savings. That's when she started investing in dividend aristocrats, companies that have consistently raised their dividends over decades. Stocks like Procter & Gamble and PepsiCo give her the confidence that her income will grow alongside inflation. Over in Singapore, David, age 45, thought his CPF savings would cover everything. But when he crunched the numbers, he realized he'd need more to sustain his lifestyle. He started investing in Singapore savings bonds, SSBs, and high-yield dividend stocks such as DBS and OCBC, ensuring he has an income stream even in his golden years. Have you really thought about how much you'll need in retirement? If not, now's the time. Look into options like dividend-paying stocks or REITs to help boost your retirement income. Share in the comments. Have you started planning for rising costs? Conclusion. Retirement might seem far away, but it's never too early or too late to take control of your financial future. Whether you're starting to save, investing in dividend stocks, or learning about financial planning one step at a time, you have the power to make it happen. Now, I want to hear from you. What's the one financial move you're going to take after watching this video? Will you start looking into dividend stocks, or maybe boost your contributions to your 401k, CPF, or RRSP? Type your comments below. If this video gave you a boost of confidence or clarity on your retirement journey, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're ready to take control of your financial future, hit that subscribe button for more practical tips on growing your wealth and achieving financial freedom. I'd love to hear from you. What's the next step you're going to take? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep the conversation going. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.